very good morning to you wherever you are. I'm Benedict Ozu. It's a Friday morning here on the show and we take it so easy. I'm doing the show today with my colleague Seven Saki. He has joined me. It's been a while. Seven, how are you?
I'm good, Benedict.
Awesome. So today we're talking about the Ghana Premier League Match Day 2. It started last weekend with some great games, and we've got some mouth-watering encounters coming up this weekend. We'll hear from the coaches, and also we'll look at the matches that will be played here on the local scene. On the international front, there are no major European leagues because of an international break, and the teams that have made it to the World Cup are preparing. Those that didn't make it are also playing some friendly matches, but Ghana, no friendly matches for us. No friendly match, sorry, for us. So Seven will take us through the matches that will be played this weekend when it comes to the friendly matches. So we have to start here on the local scene and talk about the Ghana Premier League. And you know, this weekend, as I noted, some mouth-watering encounters at the league centres. We're going to see some great games. Dreams FC won their first game at home, and obviously they would want to, you know, continue their fine form, the perfect start to the season, and they go away to play against Berekum Chelsea. Their coach, Karim Zito, is very, very optimistic going into that game, but he wants them to, you know, look at Berekum Chelsea very well, especially when you go away and play them at their own ground. That's the Berekum Golden City Park.
I won my first game against Elmina Sharks. That is on my home ground, and now that we are going away to play Chelsea, I think the attitude should change already, and I respect the quality of Chelsea a lot. If I could remember, the last two seasons, they were the team who were able to beat us as much as 3 goals, even though when they came back we gave them 4. So, and they are not easily to be beaten at home, I know for sure. So we are going there to make sure that we change that conception and then come out with at least a point or 3. Changing the squad depends on the level of injuries I'm having in the club now. If you watch my first game, I have about 5 to 6 injury players, and now with the recovery rate, I think it's very slow. So definitely, I may have 1 and not more than 1 coming back into the squad again. Well, the ultimate goal in overall competition is to make sure that we excel ourselves well in the competition to avoid relegation, and then accumulate a lot of points at the end of it, and then to position ourselves in a good position at the table. By doing that, if at the end of the day I found out that the point is big enough for me to chase for the title, I will do it. But for now, our main objective is to go into the game, make sure we excel ourselves, try to chase our objective of remaining in the league without going to relegation.
All right, so that was Karim Zito, coach of Dreams FC, and this weekend they travel away to play against Berekum Chelsea. So that game will be one of many matches that we play this weekend in the Ghana Premier League. Seven has got the full fixtures for us.
So we start from tomorrow, the big clashes between Accra Hearts of Oak and Ash Gold at the Cape Coast Stadium. You know, Accra Hearts of Oak are supposed to be playing their home games there. Also, another game on Saturday is Wow Stars at home playing Ebusian Dwarfs. Then we start in Sunday games, Karela FC, the newcomers versus 11 Wonders, also a newcomer. Asante Kotoko will play Inter-Allies at the Barbara Sports Stadium. Elmina Sharks FC versus Aduana at the Indum Stadium. And Liberty Professionals versus Wafa in Dansoman at the Karindorf Sports Stadium. And also Berekum FC versus Mediama Sporting Club. Okay, so for the Liberty Professionals game, their new manager, Reginald Asante, will be in there. Yesterday it was unveiled via Facebook, and it was a great innovation by Liberty Professionals. Also, Kumasi Asante Kotoko Inter-Allies, Asante Kotoko will be hoping to clinch their first few points of the season, having drawn their first game at the Sugar Copper Park with Wafa 1-1. And the other teams, Accra Hearts of Oak as well, drew their first game 1-1 against 11 Wonders, and now they're going to their adopted venue, that's the Cape Coast Stadium. They should have played their matches at the Accra Sports Stadium, but you know, renovation works are currently ongoing as we build up to host the African Women's Championship later this year. So Accra Hearts of Oak have adopted
the Cape Coast Stadium for their matches. Now, from the local scene to the English Premier League, this weekend, no English Premier League action, but still, there are stories there to look at. Now, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, last night, the story was that he terminated his contract, or Manchester United and Zlatan mutually, they terminated the man's contract, and he's set to join MLS next season.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic has played his last game for Manchester United with a departure from Old Trafford imminent. LA Galaxy are favourites to sign the Swede, having attempted to prize him away from United last season. He last played on Boxing Day. He made a big impact in his opening season at Old Trafford, but he really has struggled with fitness problems following a serious knee injury. Sustained that in Europa League. Although he officially retired from international football, it's thought that Ibrahimovic may be considering this summer's World Cup as a last hurrah. Can never be criticised for lacking self-confidence. Listen to this.
But the game is improving. I'm getting better and better. Like I said, I feel like Benjamin Button. I was born old, I will die young.
The man here made the difference, so I'm very happy he make us win. So,
just how big a difference does he make? He's a very modest guy, as we know.
That's why you bought him. He's here. Bought him. That's why he came here. That's why he came here. That's okay.
But don't pretend here. Come here. Here you only listen, you don't talk.
Bonjour. Oui, et toi? Ça va? Assieds-toi. Oh, c'est quoi? Ok. Okay,
sit on the floor.
I'm gonna ask you.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Well, if he does join LA Galaxy, join a very high-profile list of signings that started when David Beckham joined the club in 2007. Robbie Keane scored 83 goals during his 6 seasons in LA after moving from Tottenham in 2011. Steven Gerrard was convinced to move to the MLS after ending a 17-year career at Liverpool. He was there for 2 seasons. And then after a spell with Roma, Ashley Cole also made the move to the States. That was in 2016.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic, we all love him, especially for his interviews and also how he plays on the field. He has this confidence around him, and for Manchester United, and you're a United fan, I mean, we saw this coming.
Yeah, you could tell from how he came back, you know, he wasn't really sure of when the season was going to begin, if he was going to sign, but he saw that he was getting fit, so he decided to join the club and help however he's going to help. But then as time went on, he couldn't.
The first season was successful, but
very
the
successful.
injury blighted the second.
It's blighted the second, and you could tell that he wanted to try. He was making an effort when even Lukaku wasn't on form. Yeah. He came in once in a while, but then his fitness level wasn't up to what the Premier League needs, and that's why he couldn't. But let's not take it. Zlatan came to United, won 2 trophies in his debut season, 17 goals at 36 age. It's something very fantastic. He's a great player. He's done it all, won everything at PSG, at Milan, Juventus, Inter, Barcelona. He's one of the greatest players in Europe, and he's done as well. He's paid his dues in Europe, and I think it's time to move on.
And he's joining the MLS ideal?
Yeah, to LA Galaxy, and it will be a great place for him. He wouldn't have to be so fit to be playing week in, week out. I think he'll have a great time also there.
All right, okay, so we still have to talk about players. And one player who's doing very well for his club is Antoine Griezmann. He plays for Atletico Madrid and he's from France. This season has been phenomenal for the side. Well, there were talks about him moving to Barcelona. The player wants his future decided before he goes to the World Cup with his country, France.
Atletico Madrid forward Antoine Griezmann wants his future sorted before he goes to the World Cup. It's been consistently linked with a move to England. Well, Griezmann came third behind Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo in the 2016 Ballon d'Or.
My future will be decided before the World Cup, a while before it. I said the same to my club and my sister. There are no worries about it. If a stage ends with Atletico, no, I'm not sure, because I'm happy there. I had a complicated start to the season, but I'm feeling well in Madrid and we're going forward with the club. I want to win a title. I think that I can with Atletico. I still have a lot to learn from the coach.
Madrid avec le club, ça avance. Well, Griezmann's with France on international duty this week alongside Paul Pogba, and he's backing his international teammate to return to form. The Manchester United midfielder hasn't started their last 3 games.
Banane, il était heureux.
He came back with a huge smile on his face. He was happy. It's not easy when you don't play in your club or you don't feel at your best. It happened to me and he knows it. He's still enjoying having fun and working hard, which is what matters the most. It's up to him to prove and show that he's still the player that he can be. The coach trusts him as the entire squad. We need a smiling Paul and an efficient one on the pitch. He needs to put things right.
So that was Antoine Griezmann in an interview there. Was a press conference for France ahead of the international friendly. So that will be one of many matches that will be played this weekend in Europe. So Russia will also take on Brazil. Brazil also preparing for the World Cup as well as Russia. And this Brazil at least are going to have a feel of how it looks like playing in Russia.
Russia trained on Thursday in preparation for their international friendly against Brazil at the newly refurbished Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow on Friday. The 2018 FIFA World Cup hosts have played a series of international friendly matches over the past 2 years, some with disappointing performances, but their most recent one is the one that they are most proud of, a 3-3 draw against Spain in mid-November 2017. Russia head coach Stanislav Cherchesov was upbeat on Thursday about his side's chances against the Seleção, who will be without star player Neymar.
First of all, it is clear that one of the best football players in the world, Neymar, will not be playing. However, this doesn't mean anything to us because the Brazilians have a pretty good set of players, and I think they will be able to fill the void. We play at home and we have to take a couple of things into consideration. The last 2 games against Argentina and Spain have moved us forward.
Cherchesov will be without key members of his starting 11 as well, though, in defenders Gregory Gikia and Victor Vasin, who are both injured, and Zenit forward Alexander Cochrane, also suffering an injury in the Europa League last week.
We are not complaining or crying, just stating the fact that 2 players who have been first-team choices in our games will not be with us against Brazil. We are now thinking about other options.
So Russia, Brazil later tonight. Also Argentina, currently they are in the UK preparing for their friendlies against Italy and Spain. So we'll get the full fixtures of international friendly and will be on the screen pretty shortly. But as also there you go, Russia, Brazil happening later tonight. Also Netherlands will come up against England, Egypt, Portugal, big one there, Germany, Spain, Austria, Slovenia. So these are matches that we played tonight. We also have some tomorrow, and Seven has the matches that we played tomorrow and also on Sunday.
Yeah, so we can look at exciting games like France versus Colombia. Scotland is going to play Costa Rica. Portugal is getting Egypt, we said already. Poland is playing Nigeria. Netherlands, England, we've seen already. Serbia is playing against Morocco. Ukraine, Saudi Arabia, Tunisia against Iran. African teams representing in the World Cup, also having their friendly games. Greece will be playing Switzerland. Turkey is playing Ireland. Norway, Australia, Gambia, Central African Republic, Bulgaria, Bosnia Herzegovina, and Azerbaijan, Belarus.
All right, thank you very much. So that's how we wrap up this morning here on the show. I'm Benedict Osu, and Seven joined me this morning for today's edition of the program. We are back next week, God willing, Monday for more. But this afternoon we'll be on. You'll be here to bring you the Joy Sports Today with me. So until then, you can read more sports stories for yourself on the My Joy Online Sports page and our various social media platforms, Joy Sports GH on both Facebook and Twitter. Have a wonderful day.